Happiness is not a matter of intensity, but of balance, order, rhythm, and harmony. Thomas Merton, a Trappist monk, spiritual master, and author. Welcome to this presentation on esoteric healing, what it is and how it can help you. In this video, number 1 of 2, we'll touch on the following topics. We'll cover our bodies, the physical, etheric, emotional, mental, and spiritual bodies. We'll touch on some of the basic psychology of the chakras. We'll talk about how with esoteric healing, we are healing according to the will of the soul. We'll share how esoteric healing supports our spiritual growth and how esoteric healing differs from other energy healing modalities. And if you're interested in esoteric healing classes, then in video 2, we'll cover some of the information about the philosophy that supports esoteric healing and the art and science of giving esoteric healing sessions. I'm Bonnie Deisinger. I'm a certified practitioner of esoteric healing, and I'm an accredited teacher of esoteric healing. I have been utilizing the principles of esoteric healing since 2008. My business name is Gentle Touch Healing, and you can find out more about me on my website at www.gtheal.com. We all have had some sort of struggle, challenge, or life lesson that we have had to work through. Maybe we're in the middle of one right now. Some are not too bad, some are a little more difficult, and others are really, really hard to swallow. Raise your hand if you've experienced any struggle, challenge, or life lesson. Through my study of esoteric healing, I learned that these difficult times have a name. It's called divine discontent, and it's caused by the prompting of our soul for us to make changes in our life. It's our personality that resists the need to change and grow, being afraid of the unknown. Regardless of our circumstances, we all go through this process of divine discontent. For me, it was a time when I had to look deep within and recognize and be truthful with myself that I was out of integrity with my soul. I was not living my divine truth. And this led me to esoteric healing classes, where I learned how to balance my energy, and other times I'd seek out the services of a more experienced esoteric healing practitioner to balance my energy. As I became more emotionally and mentally balanced from my esoteric healing sessions, I had more soul light coming in, and I was experiencing changes. Were these changes hard? Yes. Were they scary? Absolutely, because I didn't know what was waiting for me on the other side of change. It was painful at times to work through my issues, and it was hard for me to give up control and to learn to trust and have faith in the guidance of my soul. But as I became more balanced, I gained more hope and courage and faith. I began to change. My life became filled with more peace, joy, and happiness, and I began to understand and get to know myself on a deeper level. And that brings me here today to share with you some of the information you may not know about yourself and how esoteric healing can help you step into the life you are meant to live. So let's begin our talk about esoteric healing. Esoteric healing is the process of healing through the energy field by exercising sound judgment in the use of energy applied with love and science. It's applied with love because we bring into the healing session love from the practitioner's heart and love of the practitioner's soul and the client's soul and divine love from the creative force. And it's a science because science acknowledges the existence of our energy field. We have the science in the understanding of our physical anatomy. And as an energy healing modality, it's a science because it's teachable, It's reproducible and it can be researched. The word esoteric means to understand something at a deeper level. It's a more profound awareness or understanding of something. With truly spiritual subjects, there's always a more profound level, a deeper level of understanding. It's something that's hidden and meant to be found. You have to search for it. So we have to search in the deeper levels of our beingness to find the real cause of our issues. To begin with the metaphysical understanding, we have 7 major chakras. There are 5 that are aligned with the spine and 2 on the head. The base chakra is at the base of the spine. The sacral chakra is just below the navel. The solar plexus chakra is just above the navel and below the diaphragm. The heart chakra is at the level of the center of the chest. The throat chakra is in the center of the throat area. The ajna chakra is between the eyebrows. And the crown chakra is at the top of the head. The chakras are part of our spiritual anatomy. Then we have a nerve plexus that is directly related to each chakra, and these nerve plexus are part of our anatomy. So here is a nerve plexus, and another nerve plexus, and another nerve plexus. And these nerve plexus can be found in Gray's Anatomy. Nadis are part of our spiritual anatomy. The word nadi is a Hindi word, and it means small strings or tubules. Nadi comes from the root word nad, N-A-D, which means motion, flow, or vibration. And nadis are channels or energy pathways that carry prana or life force energy throughout the body, and they connect at the chakras. So they help to dissipate energy through the energy field. Where there are large intersections of 21 nadis intersecting, that makes up the chakras. Mid-size intersections of 14 nadis make up energy minors, and then where 2 nadis intersect, they create tiny chakras, and these correlate with the over 900 corresponding acupuncture points. So just how our arteries and veins support our circulation for healthy functioning of our physical body, nadis weave through, or they overlay, our physical nerves as well as the subtle circuitry that supports our spiritual presence. It is the nadis that determine the nature and quality of our nervous system with its extensive network of nerves and plexi covering the entire physical body. It is the life energy or prana that is transmitted to and absorbed by the physical body that manifests as vitality. Let's look how energy flows through our body. There's energy around us all the time, and it flows through our center or chakra here. And from there, from the chakra, the energy is distributed through the nadis. And then there's an interface here where the nadis overlay the nervous system to energize the nervous system. The nadis are those tubules or pathways for channels of energy to flow. Now, the nadis are the lowest vibration of the spiritual body. The nervous system is the highest vibration of our physical body. And this interface here is where spirit meets matter. It is a place where science and spirituality meet. The science of our physical anatomy and the spirituality of our spiritual anatomy. Energy then flows from the nervous system into the endocrine gland, which secretes hormones carrying energy into the bloodstream, and then the energy flows with the blood to the target organ. So this is how energy flows through and into the physical body. It is the flow of energy into the body that helps to maintain health. If this flow is deficient, restricted, blocked, or even over-energized, then physical disease and illness sets in, whether it's a physical, emotional, mental, or even a karmic issue. When our energy flows, our body knows how to heal itself. And then we have balance, order, rhythm, and harmony. The flow of our chakras create the energy that surrounds us and permeates our physical body. This energy field expands beyond our physical form, and this is called our aura. So if we look at this picture, this is representing our energy field. So here we have our physical body, and then the etheric body, this little white line, is next closest to the physical body. And then beyond that, a little ways, we have our emotional body. And then beyond that, a little ways, we have our mental body. And then we have our spiritual body, which encompasses all of it. So notice how as the energy field extends out away from the physical body, it becomes even more subtle. And it's hard to differentiate where one ends and the next one begins. Here's just an easier to see division of the different bodies of the aura. There are not actual lines that separate the different bodies. It's just the vibration, the frequency of each that's different. They all flow and permeate the physical body. The etheric body is the closest to our physical body, and this is the blueprint of our physical body. All structures of the physical body that are present at birth are in our energy field. So with this image, the body was born with 2 arms and 2 legs. We have 2 arms and then 2 legs. We see in this image that part of the structure of the arm was removed, but the etheric template for the arm that was removed is still in the energy field. So here the structure was removed, but you can see the etheric body of that arm. This is true if an arm was removed, or a gallbladder or kidney, even if someone had their uterus or ovaries removed, or they had their tonsils out. The etheric template remains. This is particularly important and helpful in treating any type of phantom pain, because phantom pain is very treatable. When you balance the energy of the etheric field, it helps to lessen or even resolve that pain. In this etheric field, we can see a person was born without part of an arm. But because they were born that way, they have no experience with phantom pain from the missing structure of the arm. See, there's no etheric body here. There would be no energy in the etheric field for the rest of that arm. Or say if they were born with only 1 kidney, or only 9 fingers versus 10. Whatever you are born with is in the blueprint of this etheric field. Emotions and thoughts also condition our energy field, and how we think and feel can eventually produce health or illness. So the next level is our emotional body. We have emotional stresses such as anger, depression, low self-esteem, fear, and approximately 80% of humanity's illnesses are from these stressors. Now, we need emotions to add color to our life, but we want to be able to control our emotions versus our emotions controlling us. We want to be able to respond to situations versus react to them. And then we have our mental body. We have the mental aspect of the vibration of our energy, thoughts, and beliefs. Examples of lower vibrational thoughts and beliefs would be, I'm not good enough. I can't. I'm afraid. These are limited beliefs, and they can also result in illness. But when we have higher vibrational thoughts and beliefs such as, I am good enough, I have courage, I'm happy, then these positive thoughts and beliefs affect our emotional and physical etheric body with a more positive energy. And then we have the spiritual aspects of our higher self. Things that we've brought forward from past lives to heal. What is in our spiritual body influences our mental body. What is in our mental body influences our emotional body. And what is in our emotional body influences our physical etheric body. So disease comes from the outside in. And once you are experiencing any physical aches or pains, illness or disease, it has moved through the mental and emotional bodies and now is manifested into the physical etheric body. If the energy can be balanced before it manifests into the physical body, then people won't get so sick or they won't have so many health issues. And all of these levels are accessible to us in esoteric healing. The physical etheric level, the emotional level, the mental level, and the spiritual level. In addition to these levels, we have the personality body, which is how the physical, etheric, emotional, and mental bodies all work together synergistically. Each level on its own may have a sense of balance, but how are they working together for the whole well-being of the person? So it's important to know how to balance the personality level of our energy. On an esoteric level, a balanced personality body is very important to our spiritual growth. So let's now move into the physiology and psychology of the chakras. Each chakra has important contributions to our physiological system, to its association with its endocrine gland, as well as important psychological contributions. Starting at the basic chakra at the base of the spine, the endocrine gland are the adrenal glands. This also governs the kidneys, the spine, and the urinary system. It's about the will to be, because we want to be courageous in life. We want to have determination. If energy flow is diminished, then the person will experience fear. They may be depressed, sad, feel hopeless. They won't have courage. Courage is important because it takes courage to approach life every day in a positive way. If there is a balanced flow of energy to the basic chakra, then a person will have courage. They have the will to be, the will to do what they came here to do. They feel stronger and they're more able to approach each day with more positivity, even though the challenge they're working through hasn't changed. Now, some characteristics of a person who has diminished flow of energy to the basic center is they'll experience anxiety, depression, maybe addictions, fear. They can't sit still. They may have hoarding, lack of self-discipline, and they can be self-destructive. Now, these are just to name a few. But a balanced flow of energy to the basic center, a person can be relaxed. They can be still because they feel safe and they're stable in life. They're solid. They have clarity on their purpose and direction. At the next level, we have our sacral chakra, which sits just below the navel. The endocrine glands are the testes and ovaries, and they govern the male and female reproductive systems, the hips, the knees, and the feet. So this chakra also has to do with relationships, all kinds of relationships. And sexual relationships are just a very small part of the totality of this chakra. It governs our relationship with others, our friends, family, boss, strangers. And how about our relationship with money? Maybe a person has no control of their spending, or they hold tight to every penny. And what about our relationship with time? Somebody who is always late, they don't have much regard for the other person, which internally means that they don't have much regard for themselves. This center also governs our physical creativity, so dancing, gymnastics, our athletes. A person who's having chronic low back pain most likely will be involved in some sort of relationship issue. Some characteristics of a person that has diminished flow of energy through the sacral chakra is they can be clingy or codependent. They thrive on crisis. They might be too dependent on others because they can't stand on their own 2 feet. They have a fear of change or commitment. They have poor boundaries and poor social skills. They're unreliable and they have low self-worth. But if the energy is balanced, some characteristics examples may be they have creative body movements. They're flexible and graceful. They have healthy boundaries. They can nurture themselves and others. They have respect for others. They have self-respect. Next, we have the solar plexus chakra, which is above the navel and below the diaphragm. The endocrine gland is the pancreas, and the solar plexus chakra governs our entire digestive system. This is the home of our emotional body, where we experience issues that teach us about power and control. This chakra is all about I, me, everything's mine. This is where much of humanity resides and where people are charged. Think about all the commercials you hear about digestive issues and AIDS. Tums, Pepto-Bismol, milk of magnesia, irritable bowel syndrome, constipation and diarrhea, Crohn's disease, even diabetes. These are all issues of the solar plexus chakra. Some characteristics that may indicate diminished energy flow through the solar plexus chakra is aggressiveness, a bully, or at the opposite end, somebody who's very timid and cannot stand up for themselves. Someone who may be dominating or greedy. They have a lack of spontaneity or vitality. They have low self-esteem. They have a need to rescue others. They're reactive with their emotions and any type of digestive issue. Characteristics that indicate a more balanced flow of energy through the solar plexus chakra is confidence. Someone has good self-esteem. They have a sense of their own personal power. They have a warm personality. They can be playful, and they have the ability to laugh at themselves. These 3 lower chakras below the diaphragm are considered the chakras that support our personality. So here, the basic chakra, sacral chakra, and the solar plexus chakra. And their balance is crucial as we move forward upon our spiritual path. When they are balanced, we are able to stand strong and balanced as the winds of emotional turmoil swirl around us. It's not that things don't happen that upset us. It's that we need to deal with. We may stumble, but we don't fall, and we find our balance much more quickly. They don't affect us the way that they used to. There can be a tendency for a person so excited to begin their spiritual journey that they just want to start focusing on the heart chakra about love and compassion, or the crown center about enlightenment, these higher spiritual centers. But without the strength and balance of the 3 centers below the diaphragm, we are not able to fully develop the centers above the diaphragm. We will stumble and fall. We know that without a strong foundation, a solid structure is not supported. The heart chakra is the first center above the diaphragm in the center of the chest. So we've moved from the I, me, mine of the solar plexus to the compassion and thinking of others of the heart center. This is dealing with the energy that makes us humanity. And this is where we're moving to. It's all about unconditional love for others. It's our center for philanthropy, compassion and nurturing, giving with no expectation of return. Whereas living through the solar plexus, it's about, I'll do this for you. Now, what are you going to do for me? The heart chakra controls the entirety of the cardiovascular system. The thymus, which is the endocrine gland, the breast, the muscles, and this is important also to our immune system. So some characteristic of a heart center with diminished energy, someone will be antisocial, or may have bitterness. They're blaming others. They're clingy. They're critical. They have a fear of commitment, of intimacy, or of a relationship. They're not able to get over grief. They're intolerant of their self and others. They can be over-sacrificing. But some balanced characteristics of the heart chakra is they have acceptance of others. They have compassion and devotion. They have humility, and they're loving. They're peaceful. They accept responsibility. They are trustworthy, and they're tolerant. Next is the throat chakra at the level of the throat. This is the home of our mental body. The throat chakra governs the thyroid gland as the endocrine gland, and our lymphatic system, our shoulders, arms, hands, our voice, aspects of our ear, and our respiratory system. This is our center of communication, both speaking and listening. We're able to speak what we're thinking and feeling, and listening to what others are saying versus just hearing them. This chakra is about mental creativity, writing, poets, artists, singing, inventions. Some characteristics of a throat chakra with diminished energy is someone who avoids change. There's confusion. They dominate conversations. They talk too much. They constantly interrupt. They may have excessive criticism. They always have an excuse. They gossip. They're a know-it-all. Their voice may be loud and dominating, or they may have a soft, shrill voice. But a throat chakra that's balanced energy is someone who has the ability to accept change. They communicate clearly and honestly. They're creative. They listen well. They have positive self-talk. They have the ability to practice silence. And they're truthful. So now moving to the spiritual centers on the head, first is the ajna at that point between the eyebrows. The pituitary gland is the endocrine gland. The psychological aspect is intuitive perception. We have wisdom beyond our knowledge. We know something without the need to study, and this is particularly on spiritual subjects. The ajna covers the frontal lobes of the brains, the eyes and sinuses, and aspects of the ears. Now, characteristics of an ajna with diminished energy is confusion. They can be delusional. They deny what's going on. They don't want to see it. They may have headaches. They can be insensitive to others. They're judgmental, self-sacrificing, short-sighted. But a balanced ajna characteristics, someone will have clarity. They're able to detach from situations. They're able to use discernment. They're imaginative and insightful. They're intuitive. They can see the bigger picture. They have self-responsibility, and they have wisdom. And last we have the crown chakra, which is located at the top of our head. The pineal gland is the endocrine gland of the crown chakra, and the crown chakra governs the nervous system and the various aspects of the brain. This chakra is important to our spiritual development. When this center is open and balanced, then we are fully focused and integrated into the consciousness of spirit. Some characteristics of a crown chakra with diminished energy includes anxiety, depression, despair, domination of others. They're irresponsible. They can be materialistic. They have rigid beliefs. They're sarcastic. They may even have spiritual addiction. But indications of a balanced crown chakra include the ability to perceive, analyze, and assimilate information. They can think for oneself. They have a broad understanding of things. They have clarity and purpose. They meditate. They know about the oneness with all. They're open-minded. They're thoughtful. So if we look at this image, we can see that there's soul light flowing all around us. So this is the energy of the soul light flowing all around us. and coming in through us. It comes in through us in all different places. Now notice this dark area here. This is indicating a block of the free flow of soul energy coming in. And this is where disease sets in. Maybe this person has a thyroid disorder or a neck issue or a voice issue. If we look here at the level of the solar plexus here, we can see that there's a start of diminished energy flow here. There's still some energy getting in, so maybe they're having just some twinges of aches and pains the person is starting to notice. But if it's not dealt with, the person may develop actual physical issues in their digestive system. Maybe their blood sugar levels are starting to rise. Maybe they don't have much control over their emotions. But the good thing here is that when it hasn't manifested into the physical body yet, the energy can begin to be balanced, and if the person takes the steps to make the positive changes in their lives, it can be reversed. Remember, the soul is in charge of the healing, and if our personality begins to be open to soul influence, and we make the steps to make positive changes in our life, then the body begins to heal itself. A person can have esoteric healing sessions, but if they don't do anything to help themselves, they probably won't see any changes. And that basically goes for any healing modality, energetic or allopathic. A doctor can give you medicine, but if you don't take the medicine, it's not going to help. But what esoteric healing does do is it gives you hope. You feel hopeful, like you can make changes, like you want to make changes in your life. Every illness, every injury has an aspect of soul influence to it. They are all designed to help us evolve and to learn to look up and connect with our soul for guidance. Just like there are different schools of fish in the ocean, but it's the same ocean, esoteric healing uses the same spiritual energy as other energy healing modalities. It's just that our application is different. So let me share a few of the ways that makes esoteric healing different from other energy healing modalities. First, esoteric healing is healing that's done according to the will of the client's soul. What does this mean? It means that we acknowledge that the soul is the true healer of the form. So not only do we need the verbal permission of the client that we're going to do energy healing on, we also need the permission of the client's soul. So we bring in consciously the power of the soul, and then this power then pours through the personality life, the physical vehicle, and the consciousness, and then cleanse and purifies all aspects of the lower nature. Second, we have our alignment and attunement process. Here is where we link our heart and soul up to source energy, and then we link our soul to our client's soul. Because our energy is mixed during the session, it gets the personality out of the way and allows for the higher light of the soul to come through as a basis of motivation and treatment. We bring into the healing session our heart center, our center of love and compassion, and for being of intentful service. And we have our soul light for higher direction and intuitive guidance. And we have divine source energy. We then link our soul light to our client's soul light. We're not forcing energy into the client. We then direct the light from the client's soul up to source. This attunement brings the healer, client, and source energy into a harmonious, responsive relationship. Third is how we work with the energy. After we have aligned and attuned, we then bring the energy of our heart and soul into our ajna, and then we direct the energy from our ajna into our hands. So we're bringing the energy from our heart of love and compassion into the healing session, as well as the energy of our soul for higher spiritual direction and intuitive guidance, and source energy into the healing session. We then become the healing facilitator, not the healer, because it is the client's soul that is the true healer of their form. Fourth is we use our ajna as the motivator for change, because the ajna is the distributor of light and healing energy. The ajna is a point of spiritual focus, and change occurs when we bring the focus of the ajna into the healing session. We then use our hands as sensors of energy. We never touch the physical body. Esoteric healing is totally hands-off energy healing. We only work in the energy field. The client's soul will know how to proceed with its own healing once the energy flow from the soul is freed up to flow unobstructedly through the mental, the emotional, etheric, and physical bodies. It's divine truth that when our energy flows, the body knows how to heal itself. Esoteric healing is considered spiritual healing because we used focused spiritual energy to bring about healing, based on spiritual principles, not religious principles. The fifth way that esoteric healing is different from other energy healing modalities is how we work with the sacred geometry of a triangle to facilitate a change in the energy. By using our ajna in both hands, we are able to connect the energy of a chakra, a body organ or part, and a specific point of light in the energy field to create a triangle of healing energy. We are then able to hold the energy of the triangle and ask for balance and allow the energy of source and the client's soul to facilitate a change, a transformation in the flow of energy. The Mathematics Institute at the University of Oxford says the most stable shape is the triangle. Why? Because the triangle does not easily deform and is able to balance the stretching and compressive forces inside the structure. Alice Bailey, who wrote 24 metaphysical books, talks about the scientific significance of energy within a triangle in her book, Esoteric Astrology. She says it is through a triangle that all force and energy moves. Higher light, higher force, higher energy always comes through the form of a triangle. And there are three components of a triangle. There's the quality, the flowing, the hardness, or the vibration of the energy. The quantity, how much energy is flowing through. And then the substance of the energy, is it dense or subtle? When a triangle stands as a whole and the points are working together at the same time, then it's balanced and the triangle functions dimensionally versus linearly. Are we not dimensional beings? So the use of triangles allows for a very powerful form of energy healing. Changes and spiritual development occurs. And triangles work consciously and constructively with the power of thought. Energy follows thought. 6 is the use of what is called ray energy. This is universal energy. There's energy waves and each carries a certain frequency that we all have access to. There are 7 particular rays and each resonates with a particular chakra. During an esoteric healing session, a trained practitioner is able to work with a particular ray of influence for that chakra, which adds potency to the treatment session. And a 7th difference is that the training of our esoteric healing classes helps us to understand ourselves as a spiritual being through understanding our spiritual makeup through the constitution of the human being. We learn about the psychology of the soul. This in turn helps us to understand and help our clients on a deeper level and a higher vibrational spiritual level. We learn how to balance in our emotional and mental bodies affect us, how the energy of our soul affects us, all physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually, and how the permanent atoms in the sheaths of energy that vibrate above the level of the soul can affect us clear down in our physical level, and how balancing the energy in those sheaths can facilitate a change within the physical body. Now, this is a very elementary chart of the constitution of the human being. Here we have our physical body, our etheric body, our emotional body, our lower mind. Here's the level of our soul here. And these are the higher spiritual bodies. And this is the level of our monad. This is your most divine essence. This is a sample of a more complicated diagram, but you can see how the colors carry down from the monad into the physical plane. So if we look up here at the level of the monad and follow this red line for will down, here through the higher spiritual centers, through the level of the soul, and down the mental body, the emotional body, and then the physical etheric body, clear down here into the basic center, where the will to be is. And this is how esoteric healing supports our spiritual growth, through the balancing of triangles within our physical, etheric, emotional, mental, and spiritual body. Change occurs. Transformation occurs. Sometimes the changes that occur are so small and subtle that they are hardly recognizable at first. But over time, you and others begin to notice changes. Other times, bigger steps are taken towards transformation. It is all a process, but step by step we move forward into balance, order, rhythm, and harmony. We all transform from the caterpillar to eventually the beautiful butterfly, and right now we're at some level of consciousness in between the two. Over time, we will evolve if we do nothing to support our spiritual growth. It may take lifetimes, but we do evolve. But eventually, we get to a point in our evolution where we seek help in other ways. Remember the divine discontent. Some questions you might ask yourself: how uncomfortable, difficult, or painful is your life? Are you feeling emotionally or mentally stuck? You just can't seem to move forward? Are you feeling lost and don't know where to turn? Are you dealing with physical pain or illness? Esoteric healing can help you by opening up the flow of energy, allowing more of your soul light to shine through and give you hope and determination to make the necessary changes in your life so your life can be lived with more balance, order, rhythm, and harmony. Albert Einstein says, everything is energy, and that's all there is to it. Match the frequency of the reality you want, and you cannot help but get that reality. It can be no other way. This is not philosophy. This is physics. So he's saying everything is energy. Therefore, we are energy. He also says matter is energy. Energy is light. We are all light beings. We know that energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only be changed from one form to another. And here you are constant, continuous, infinite energy. And energy never ends. It transforms. So when we balance our energy transforms. And we transform. How do we make changes in our lives? We transform our energy. And when we balance our energy, we raise our vibration. And when our energy flow is balanced, orderly, rhythmic, and harmonious, we are able to step into our own power and make the changes in our lives that we need to change. Because when our energy flows, our bodies know how to heal itself. When our vibration is raised, our consciousness expands. The good thing about science is that it's true whether or not you believe in it. By Neil deGrasse Tyson. He's an American astrophysicist, a cosmologist, author, and a science communicator. So whether you believe in energy healing or not, It's a science, and it works. Remember, we said esoteric healing is a science because it's teachable, it's reproducible, and it can be researched. So I can teach you how to do it, and you can do it then, and we can have similar results. Esoteric healing, or any energy healing modality, does not replace the need to consult a physician or a therapist. Energy healing is as important to our body and well-being as a healthy diet and exercise. Esoteric healing can help with so many things by balancing our emotional, mental, and physical energies. It helps the body to heal. It's helpful before and after surgery. It can shorten the healing time after surgery. It supports our immune system. It helps with respiratory issues like bronchitis, pneumonia, or asthma. It can help with children's earaches, digestive issues. It complements traditional medicine. It helps to boost the immune system and reduce anxiety and fear. It can help to reduce pain, increases vitality, and it can help with a peaceful and calming death process. Imagine waking up happier in the morning. You have strength and vitality, and you're looking forward to your day, and you are filled with gratitude for your life. One of the beautiful things about energy healing work is the ability to do distance healing. Remember, Einstein said, energy follows thought. That's why with esoteric healing, we're working strictly in the energy body, and it's not necessary for the client to be in the physical space of the practitioner to receive the benefits. So what takes place during an esoteric healing session? A practitioner will do a general intake on you. What are your concerns? What are your goals for the session? If you're in the practitioner's healing space, she or he may have you sit in a comfortable chair or to lay on a table, like a massage table. If you're participating in a distance session, you may want to lay on your sofa or bed or sit in a comfortable chair. But wherever you just allow yourself to be comfortable and to be quiet. Your eyes closed, and just try to focus within. Many people will fall asleep during a session, and that's okay. The practitioner will align and attune with you and your soul and ask that healing be according to the will of your soul, and then begin your session by following a protocol to balance all aspects of your energy body, such as the chakras, the endocrine glands, the lymphatic system, and the circulation system. The practitioner will pay attention to the levels that need balancing, such as the physical etheric level, the emotional, mental, personality, or spiritual levels. And there are many, many triangles that are used in your energy body to help balance it. The practitioner will be aware of intuitive guidance from the soul. And remember, we ask that all healing be done according to the will of the soul. So there are occasions where you might want something worked on, but the soul has another area that it wants worked on first. So the practitioner honors the will of the soul. Different practitioners will allow for different session lengths, so be sure to ask your practitioner how long your session will be. And when the session is complete, the practitioner will share the findings of your energy bodies and offer helpful suggestions. As a client, you may experience tingling, warmth, coolness, or pressure, like someone is touching you, but it's just energy. If your eyes are closed, you may see lights or colors or pictures. You may have thoughts or memories that come up. You may gain insight into a situation that you're dealing with. Maybe you won't have any experiences at all. And if not, that's okay. It's still working. Most clients report a feeling of peacefulness and of being relaxed when the session is over. And the energy continues to make changes and transformations even after the practitioner has stopped working. So our insight into this is the divine truth is when our energy flows, our body knows how to heal itself. The problem is when our energy isn't flowing and we don't even realize it. Gradually, we become used to the aches and pains and emotion and think that's just life. We don't recognize that we are out of integrity with our soul. The solution is to get our energy flowing in a balanced, orderly, rhythmic, and harmonious way. And that is what esoteric healing provides through the influence of your soul. I thank you for watching this video about esoteric healing. I hope you learned something about yourself, and this information will cause you to stop and ponder about your life as an energetic spiritual being and seek out an esoteric healing session. Please check out my website at gtheal.com for more information about me. If you have a question about an esoteric healing session or attending an esoteric healing class, you may email me at bonnie@gtheal.com. Watch my next video, video 2 of 2 esoteric healing classes, for information if you are interested in taking esoteric healing classes. And of course, please like me on Facebook under Gentle Touch Healing.